Welcome to our Minutes session. Today I'm going to show you how easy it is to perform a silent installation for SAP Business One version for SAP HANA. Partners that purchase HANA servers for their new customers can now create a template to easily run a silent installation. This will minimize the effort involved in running a standard installation with the install wizard and decrease human error by reducing the need to input information during the install process. This template can also easily be tweaked and updated if necessary. So here we are within my SUSE Linux desktop environment. We're going to begin by navigating to the Roots Home folder. We select File System, Home, and then we're going to select the SBO 92 on HANA package. This is the directory where I have stored the installation files for SAP Business One. This is a standard installation package. We select packages.linux and then server components. So firstly, we're going to create our install template. So we're going to double click on install. We then click next. We click next. And now we have to select which components we would like to install, which components of the server tools, backup service, and business on server that we want to install. In this example, I'd like to install the UK demo database. And I'm going to choose not to install the Microsoft Outlook integration server. So once you have selected the components that you would like to install, we can then move on to the next step. We now need to choose an option in which our computer is represented, either by an IP address or a host name. It's important that we select host name in this instance. The host name of my computer is HANA B1. And this is a fairly generic host name used by some vendors, such as Fujitsu, who deliver their servers with the host name HANA B1. So a partner who is responsible for purchasing a HANA server for their customer has the flexibility to choose a host name. So it is important to note that for a silent installation, when we create a script or a template which we can use for every customer installation, which will make the process a lot easier for partners, a prerequisite is that the hostname is the same for all of your customers. Therefore, keep in mind if you are doing a silent installation, you need to have a default hostname and password, for example. Once we get to the stage where we can review our settings, we actually will not start the installation, but we're going to save these settings into a file. So we're going to select the Save Settings option. We're going to save our settings into the Home folder, and I'm going to call my file Silent Install Properties. So now we're going to close the wizard because we've already completed creating a template with all the settings that we require for our silent installation. We're now going to open up the administration guide and we're going to navigate to the silent installation section. Here you have the command line which will actually kick off the silent installation, and a list of parameters down the bottom that you can use. So our next step is to open up a terminal window where we can then start the silent installation by putting in the command line that was in your administration guide and then selecting the template that we created. So let's now run the command. So while this is running in the background, we're now going to open up the properties file that we created. We're going to navigate back to the Home folder, and then I'm going to right click on the template folder and I'm going to open it with an edit software called gedit. Within your template script, you now have the freedom to make some additional changes or tweaks. So for example, here you can see the port that we defined. You can also see the database password. It also contains your B1 site user information and password. So if you do need to make any changes to any of these protocols, you can do this within the template itself and then run the silent installation again. So it looks like the silent installation is finished, and to check this we can open up a Firefox browser, and then we're going to navigate to the control center. And here we've got the entry to our system landscape directory. So we can enter our username and password that we defined. And by logging into the system landscape directory, we can see that we have, for example, the HANA server installed. We can go into the security and logging section and update any of the components here. If we have a look under services, this will indicate all of the services that we added during the installation process, and we can clearly see that the installation process has been successful. So lastly, we'll also show you where the log files are stored. Under var log SAP Business One, we can select the B1 installer current run log, and we can open this up using the gedit software, and from here we can then do a search for the word fail in braces, and if no results are returned, then you can be confident that your installation was successful. Silent mode is also available when uninstalling Business One, and the process is the same by saving a properties file out of the uninstallation wizard. Well, this concludes our demonstration on how easy it is to create a template and to run a silent installation for SAP Business One version for HANA. Please note that silent installations are also available for customers using a SQL Server environment. Thank you for your time.